got Nina Capone in the building.
Hey.
What's up? What's going on?
Nina?
Happy to be here. Finally, I had to bombard my way in. Y'all already know.
Welcome to Definitely did that. Definitely. I like that.
For sure. Y'all know y'all people. We go back.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. You know what I mean? For those that don't know, give us a whole backdrop of your story.
Nina Capone, child prodigy. Been in the game since I can remember. 47 years, believe it or not. I come from music. Come from a sax player, pianist. This is what I do. So I know nothing but music. I love it. Been in the game probably well over 20 years or more. Actively in the game. Not the in the shower, John. But I have a passion for music. I have a passion for people. Never to be famous or seen, but to monetize my work,
right,
and build a legacy. So I am Nina Capone.
Oh man.
Absolutely.
So what made you want to be a female rapper? Because we kind of had this. I'm gonna ask you. We had this debate. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not a debate. It's just a question. Okay. Who was the first Philadelphia female rap
artist? That's easy. She's at my house. Lady B.
Thank you. Run me my money.
Lady B was the first female rapper to rap as an individual female rapper. Right. But I believe Roxanne Shante, if I'm not mistaken the name, was the first female rapper overall, but she was in a group. But we're gonna get at the Lady B because Lady B is one of us.
Lady B.
Shout out to Lady B.
Do you feel like Lady B made a huge impact on the Philly scene for female rappers?
Of course. Y'all know I do radio, right? So of course, she definitely opened the doors up, and if you know her history, she broke things. She has a legacy over and over again, not just one but multiple. So for her to hit the stages by herself, that ain't easy today. So just imagine back then where women weren't prominent in this field. So
Right, and back then it wasn't a cool thing to call yourself a rapper.
No, you wasn't a rapper. I was an MC. I got some bars. I spit, whatever. Right. But you wasn't just out here like, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper. So I think she knocked the door down because
Right. So did she play? Was she an instrumental part into you becoming a female rapper?
Absolutely. So she's she's a friend of my mom and dad. My mom and dad is heavy in the game. So. Being around music my entire life. I grew up in Logan. My basement was the rehearsal hall. So y'all know everybody came there. I'm related to Billy Paul and all these people. So all these people in the basement. You know what I'm saying? So growing up around that, and then we went into the era of hip hop. My aunts and uncles, the Lady B's, and all of them. Y'all know what they look like in that era, right? So, you smelling the weed and all this. Yeah. You're like, I'm a rap. I'm going to go downstairs and rap. I got 6 bars, so that was the energy that I grew up around. Artists, real hip hop artists, skills, battle rap, all of that. And that is my influence. I don't have any other. The outside, getting to know other rappers and stuff, I didn't know. I knew right here, Philly hip hop all day.
Was you a part of the battle rap scene?
Yeah, I was a battle rapper. That's why I go so hard, y'all. I can't help myself. You never lose that. So even though I was a songwriter, I started out battle rapping, because, what I was around, that was the era, that bebop era. We battle rap. We talk trash. Right. We from the street. I got to come at everybody. I still do probably, but, I try to do it nicely now. So.
Now, who did you battle?
Back in the day, it was a lot of people out, but none of them exist now. So I don't know. You can't even name drop these people no more. They all old and retired. I don't even know any. But it was more cipher driven, I'm gonna say, because we didn't really had a battle rap scene like that. We more cipher, all right, get in, and then you had this girl from this street and that girl from, so it was more cipher driven. I can't say we was. Now it's kind of violent. It's hey, y'all choose violence. It's crazy. But far as just battling the new school battle, I've never done that. I don't think I could take it. Not at my old age. I'll sit there. I want to fight. I'm strapped. Hold up. Y'all just got serious. I think it's a little too much. But I love it. I do go to the shows and and enjoy them. I'm gonna say.
So your first record.
My first record was okay. Let me say I never went into the studio. I was on tour before I went into the studio.
Oh wow!
So I was managed by the Gamble family, Lonnie Gamble, who managed me for years. He took me on tour before he put me in a studio. So with that being said, you look at having a song. I only had one song, and that was the first one I recorded at I can't think of the name of the studio, but it was what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But he Joe the Butcher Niccolo, that's who he is. So Joe the Butcher was the first person that recorded my song. It was Ladybugs in the House, because that was my rap name.
Ladybugs.
Ladybug.
Where did you get that?
Ladybug came from Lonnie Gamble. That's what he wanted to call me. I was a bit of a pain. I didn't want to be a rapper. That wasn't my thing. I wrote poetry. I was a writer. So he was like, "Bug, you going on tour with us?" I'm not going on tour with y'all old people. But it was a great showstopper to be on stage with, opening act for my mom and them, So I was their opening act. And, I did that. I did one song for like 10 years. I ain't even lie. It was crazy.
Wow.
That was the song I opened for everybody. Ladybug was in the house. All day.
Now, what era was that? Was that the Ram Squad Major Figure area?
92. It was 92. 1992 was a golden year, right? So yeah, I was a kid. I was about 14. It was deep because I met all these people out. So a lot of them know me as, little Nina or little Ladybug. They don't, they see me grown now and I'm still a kid. Like, what is you talking about?
Right,
business, so yeah, like I met everybody back then. So now to see them, everybody now was just like, they my old heads,
Now, in that era, you had the major figures, the first lady Bianca, you had Eve,
yep.
You had, who else? Charlie Baltimore. Did you want to join, the groups and everything?
No, I never wanted to be a part of the group. I really never had the passion to be on a scene like that. Aside from touring, the tours was fun. Of course, my family was there, so that's where we was at. So touring the world, look, by the time you get off a 6-month tour, you don't want to be in anything. You just want to like, where my friends at, get with them and chill out. So you're not really thinking about really, getting in any groups and things like that. Right. Plus I just feel like I'm not from the street rap, it's like they was all I wasn't allowed to hang out. I had to go rehearse and get ready for the next tour. We did tours back to back to back until I was like 20. So when you think about it, like I knew who they were because I listened to them, but I never really got to meet none of these people or really hang out. I was just I'm an industry kid that grew up in the industry. So
how was it on the tour?
Work, hard, long work, and stressful. It was really stressful. Like a lot of people look at the tour and think about just being on tour, being out there having fun. It's not fun. Not when your parents is there, because you gotta work. You gotta really make sure you master your songs. Like I said, I'm a kid who grew up in the industry. My mom knows the stage. So from vocals to breathing to dancing and knowing your set, in the back of your head, like it was work. It was a lot of work, a lot of pressure. I learned how to put all the equipment together. It wasn't I'm going to go chill out now. No, you had to go help the sound man because you need to know what the sound man do. You had to go make sure you can rep mics properly and fold chords. Like, what is this light doing? What is this for? What is this mic for? So I learned a lot. Also learned to read contracts and what they meant and how to negotiate. So for me, that was school and it was work. It was nothing fun about it. Rocking the stage, meeting somebody was like fun for the moment, but then it was back to work.
Did you fully like understand why you were there?
No, I hated it. Honestly, no, I didn't like it. I didn't want to be a rapper. I ended up suffering with panic attacks. So just being in that vibe around a lot of people, you start to get kind of claustrophobic. You like, oh my God, here come all these people. I would like really like break out in the sweats, and my mom would be like, "Oh, it's time to come get you," you know. So just having those panic attacks like really kind of mess you up. And I notice a lot of people have them, but may not know what they are. But you know, being around a lot of people at one time, they grabbing and reaching for you. I don't like fame personally. I like money. I think that's what kept me going.
Good.
But the fame, everybody else can have it. You know, I love my music, I love my craft, but I never wanted to be famous. And although I got popular, I always tried to shy away from the fame.
Did you participate in the DVD era? We had Too Raw for the Streets. We had the beginnings of Smack DVD, Sub-Zero, and in more of a DVD platforms. Did you participate?
I think I got on a few of them. I'm gonna say a few, maybe 2 or 3, not too many. Only because I was friends with a lot of them, was around, but a few of them. I know. Was it Jermaine Quick? No, he did one. I wasn't around for the Smack era. I think I was gone by then. A few of them. I'm gonna say I was on about 2 or 3 of them. I don't know. I'll be seeing a couple like, well, that's me in the world, but So yeah, I was around for the era a little bit, but I didn't really jump into it as much as everybody else did. Let's say
that wasn't your twist.
It wasn't. I'm literally like studio stage. I'm stage. I'm a performing artist. So if it ain't the stage, I'm like
So you experienced the childhood stardom. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
And because your family was heavily involved, so it was more like you got to do it because
it's work. Grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, aunts, uncles. It wasn't.
Yeah, Uncle Lonnie. Yeah, everybody.
Exactly. We it's work. This is what our family does. It wasn't something that you can say, I'm not doing music no more. I'm gonna go do this, and everybody like, well, what you gonna do? Right. So yeah.
So how did you balance being a teenager and being an artist?
Well, I'm gonna say I worked my teenage years for the most part. And then when I stopped working, I had a baby. So, for the most part, I worked. I was out here. We were doing tours. Even when I had my daughter, anybody in the Philly scene know my daughter because I had her with me. She was in the studios. She was on the songs, say this, say that, So I'm going to say my teenage years was spent touring, working, doing shows, putting shows together. I became more of a stage manager, producer of shows. So yeah, teenage years was still work. Nothing changed. From 14 to probably now. still work.
Motherhood in the industry.
Was a great balance. I'm gonna say because my mother was a momager and understood the industry. She was. I always say you the first momager for real. Having my mom with me and understanding that balance, watching how she handled it, and her mistakes and learning from her mistakes as well and saying, I gotta do better. I want to do better. So I did things a little bit differently. I kept my kids kind of away from the industry a little bit when it came down to them. Well, they didn't. I think for a little bit they said, hey, I want to get in the industry. I want to do music. They're both very talented, but that's not their thing. But just still being a mom, I think spending time with your kids, and I think parenting. I never really had parenting. I grew up with my homies. So, I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to parent my children. And I think, that was one of the things, at the time their dad and I really put more work into than anything. We were real good friends. So we just made sure that we gave that parenthood a run, and we just really put that in because it's important. Especially when you a rapper and all they hear is you cursing and talking trash, and they like, my mom is a thug.
Today's females.
Woo.
We have this battle.
Okay.
I asked this question to numerous of people that came on this platform. Today's females, is it like before? Because let me take it back. We had Queen Latifah, Ladies First. We had Roxanne, you know what I'm saying? and they was rapping on a different level, but so direct to the females, respectfully,
right,
instead of exploiting themselves.
Right.
Today, we are presented with rappers like Sexy Red, Big Lotto, Nicki, Cardi, and they influence the younger generation, especially the females.
Yes, absolutely.
What's your take on that?
Well, I'm gonna say it's kind of one of those things. The music changed. Being an artist myself and being in the industry, knowing that you had to go with what was happening now, unfortunately, I think it was kind of what made me withdraw a lot from music at the time. And I'm grimy as they come, but I felt like my song still had a message. Tried to still insert a message in a song. Now I feel like the songs no longer have a message. Because even if you hard, because I'm hard, I hold back nothing. I say what I want. I say it how I want. But I feel like I still try to insert a message when I'm speaking, talking about something. You can ask me any song. I'm going to tell you what it's about. I feel like that message delivery is now null and void. There's no more purpose to what you're saying. If you're going to talk about being a slut, talk about being a slut, but why you had to be a slut, why you became a slut. What's the purpose of it? What are you trying to do to change being a slut? You know what I mean? Now it's just like they're glorifying just ignorance, for lack of better words, and I just think that right now was just this kind of crash and burn, but I think it's going to change. I'm using the platform that I have now to kind of put the women out like Nina that rap. There's a lot of females out here that rap. That's, salute to them. That's like keeping it positive. And not that I'm all positive because I'm still dropping records and, and some of them grimy, but some of them still, they all got a message. They all got a message. So depending on who I'm talking to is how I'm going to deliver it. But, just really putting music with messages out at this point. We need that because this stuff, these generation, I don't know what they WAP killed me. Almost died.
They missing the number one key element in this game, and that's artist development.
Yes, let's get into
what happened to that.
Well, I can tell you what happened to it. What happened to it was the finances, what it took to develop an artist costs. So when we start to think from a business side of things, you start to think about if I'm gonna pour money into this artist and they leave, they walk away, they no longer have interest in this, then I lose interest. So what's the ROI in putting that type of time and money into an artist? So that's what happened. Is saying, hey, let's find who's already polished enough to hit the stage. And that's what happened. They stopped pouring that money into them because it's money. At the end of the day, it's all money. Everything is built around money. No matter how you shave it, it's money. It's going to end up there, right? So that's what happened to artist development. You put all this time, energy, money, training the artist. Like I was trained to rap. I had people around me who said, okay, you're not giving us those bars. You got to get into this personality. But I knew that they was paying that guy. You know what I'm saying? They pay him to do a job. They're not doing that no more. They looking around online. This is an internet-based society we live in. You look online, you see who sound like they got it, and you be like, all right, go ahead. They don't even rehearse. Artists don't even rehearse no more. They rap over their actual songs. I almost fell out my seat at a show because they just turned the record on, and I was like, well, why I come? Why am I here? Why are we here? I could have did this at home.